What's up, Brazil? This is Mathew Quick. I'm coming to you via Intrínseca, my favorite publisher in Brazil. And I hear that people in Brazil are now reading my novel, The Good Luck of Right Now, which has been translated into Portuguese, and I'm super excited about that. Intrínseca has sent me a couple questions for me to answer, which I'm going to do right now. And my wife, Alicia, who is off camera, is going to read the questions, and I'm going to answer. All right, Al, let's hear it.
Your characters create an immediate empathy with the reader, but at the same time, they convey a sense of helplessness. To what extent do you think the vulnerability and affection are related?
I wouldn't say that my characters are necessarily helpless. I would say that they are people who aren't afraid to express and explore their vulnerabilities. And I think that's what artists do. I think that's what the best people in the world do. And I think if you want to get to the truth, you have to be vulnerable. So I think those two things go hand in hand. If you want to grow, if you want to figure out who you are, if you want to have emotional growth, you've got to be vulnerable. So I think that there's no way around that.
Your characters deal with mental health issues and tragedies, but they always have hilarious ways to deal with their problems. What did you like writing about that?
As someone who deals with anxiety and depression myself, I found that humor is a great way to get through some tough situations. If you can laugh at the situation, you're probably going to get through it. And I know when I write my books, oftentimes I say if I hear myself laughing when I'm writing or while I'm writing, that's a pretty good sign that I'm going to finish the book. So, humor is really important to me. And for my characters too, I think, they need to laugh. They need to laugh at themselves. We got to look at the absurdity of life and laugh. It's really important.
All your books make us cry and laugh at the same time. Also, the stories have points in common: priests, tragedies, self-discovery, and humor. What draws you to write about these themes?
I think I write about what I'm interested in. I often say I like to take all the chaos that's in here and make order on the page. And, I was raised in a religious household, so religion is something that's interesting to me. As a storyteller, I first started hearing stories in church, so that was where I first heard stories. So that's important to me. Mental health is very important to me because it's something that I struggle with. I deal with depression and anxiety, and I didn't talk about it for 30 years, and now I do. And I'm able to talk about it through my art, so that's important. So I'd say I really just write about the things that I care about that are important to me.
Why did you choose Richard Gere to be Bartholomew's confidant?
I received a letter from Richard Gere a long time ago, and it's pretty much the same letter that Bartholomew's mother receives in the novel. It was a free Tibet letter, and it got me thinking a lot about whether anybody ever took that letter seriously, if they thought that Richard Gere actually sat down and penned a letter to them personally. If they didn't realize that it was a form letter that he sent out to hundreds of thousands of people. And also just this idea about celebrity as well, how we're just so fascinated with celebrities and corresponding with celebrities. And also I receive fan mail myself, and I often think about how people will tell me their deepest and darkest secrets just because they like my books, things that they wouldn't tell their mothers or their wives or husbands or best friends. Sometimes they'll write to me in fan letters, which is sometimes confusing for me as an author. But I think it's because they don't think I'll ever write back. And so, ironically, Bartholomew is able to tell his truth to Richard Gere through letters in a way that he was never able to tell his mother or the people in his lives, because he thinks it's a safe place to go. Richard Gere isn't really a person to Bartholomew, but a concept. So I hope I answered those questions to your liking, and I hope that you'll check out my new book, The Good Luck of Right Now, and all of my books with Intrínseca down in Brazil. Again, the best publishing company in Brazil, my publishing company. I love them down there, and much love to all my Brazilian readers. I hope to return soon. I hope to get back to Brazil and sign books and shake hands and give people some hugs. So this is a virtual hug to you. Much love from America, and be well. Bye-bye.